The kind tree. In a busy world, people don't stop. They don't listen. But some places stay quiet. In those places, time moves slow. In those places, kindness grows. In the village of Everwood, a special tree stood. It stood near the woods. It stood by a small road. The tree wasn't tall. Its trunk wasn't strong. But it was different. It made people feel warm. It made people feel calm. It helped people feel better, especially when they were sad. This is the story of that tree. People called it the kind tree. It shows how small kindness can grow. It can grow into something big. In Everwood, children played outside. Old people sat on benches. The benches were made of stone. The benches were under trees. In the center stood a quiet tree, a gentle tree. This was the kind tree. The kind tree wasn't tallest. It wasn't oldest. But it felt alive. People said the tree could listen. It could remember. It could care. They felt it had a heart. Children told secrets to the tree. Old people shared stories. They sat under its shade. Young couples carved names in the bark. Everyone felt the tree understood. They believed it felt emotions. No one knew how it started. But some said it began with Ellis. Ellis came to Everwood at age 10. He held his mother's hand. He carried a broken suitcase. His father had died. It was an accident. His mother felt deep sadness. She came back to her village. She wanted to start over. They found a small house. It stood near the woods. Ellis felt angry. He missed his dad. He missed his school. He missed his old life. The village felt too quiet. One day, Ellis got upset. He shouted at his mother. He ran into the woods. He didn't know where to go. He just ran fast. Soon, he got tired. He sat near a tree. The tree had thick branches. Moss grew at its base. Ellis began to cry. It wasn't loud. It was soft, deep crying. Then a breeze came. Leaves moved softly. He felt calm. He felt kindness near him. From that day he came often. He came to the tree again and again. He told no one, but he spoke to the tree. He said things like, "School was bad. I miss Dad. I don't belong here." The tree didn't speak, but it listened. Ellis didn't feel alone. He brought books. He read under the tree. He drew pictures in a notebook. He leaned on the trunk. He shared his sandwich. Squirrels ate near him. The tree became his friend. Years passed. Ellis grew up. He made friends. He helped his mother. He got used to the village. Still, he came to the tree. One spring, Ellis carved a heart. He whispered, "Thank you." That year, the tree bloomed. The flowers were pink. Some were gold. Bees flew around. Villagers noticed. "This tree is special," they said. More people visited. Children played under it. A tired baker rested there. A shy girl came. She stuttered. She drew under the tree. The tree became part of life. It gave things back. When someone cried, petals fell. They fell like soft hugs. On hot days, the tree gave shade. On rainy days, the leaves kept people dry. People tied ribbons on the branches. The ribbons held wishes. A bench was placed nearby. Musicians played songs. They played on sunny days. No one knew why, but no one asked. When Ellis was 17, his mother fell ill. She had a fever. She stayed in bed. The doctor came. He said there was little hope. Ellis tried his best. He cooked food. He played music. He told her stories. But nothing worked. One night, she slept quietly. Snow was falling. The woods were silent. Ellis ran to the tree. He fell to his knees. "Please," he whispered, "don't take her too." The tree stood still. It didn't move. Ellis cried hard. He hadn't cried like that in years. Then he went home. Something felt different. His mother's fever was gone. She asked for soup. She smiled at him. She didn't fully recover, but she lived. Ellis believed it was the tree. He believed it had heard him. Years passed. The kind tree became more than a tree. It became a symbol, a sign of love, a sign of hope. A boy proposed under the tree. An old man spread ashes there. They were his wife's ashes. Students left notes there. Before exams, they sat with the tree. Parents read books there. They read to their children. Ellis became the librarian. He wrote stories about the tree. Every Saturday, he read stories. He read them to children. They sat under the tree. Artists painted the tree. A photographer took pictures. One was used in a calendar. A new festival began. It was called Kind Tree Day. People danced. People sang. They shared kindness. One winter, a storm hit. The village shook. Many trees fell. The kind tree lost a branch. Its bark was cracked. The villagers gathered. They made a promise. They would protect the tree. A carpenter came. He fixed the branch. He used soft ropes. Children brought water. Elders cleaned the ground. They cared for the tree, just like it had cared for them. One day, a stranger came. Her name was Ava. She had short black hair. She looked tired. She stayed in a small room. It was at the village inn. She didn't talk much. People gave her space. They left her alone. One morning, Ellis saw her. She was by the tree. She was drawing. Her lines were soft. They were full of emotion. Ellis sat beside her. They said nothing at first. Then Ava spoke. "This tree, it feels like it knows me." Ellis nodded. "It probably does." She smiled a little. "I lost my sister. She understood me. She was the only one." Ellis said, "I lost my dad. I almost lost my mom." They sat in silence. The tree stood between them. Ava kept coming. Every day she visited. She began to talk to villagers. She started smiling. Then she laughed. Then she joined festivals. She taught art in the library. She painted a mural. It was of the kind tree. The painting was big. It covered a wall. In the painting, children's wishes flew. They flew like butterflies. People asked her, "What helped you heal?" She said, "I found someone who listened, even without a voice." Many years passed. Ellis grew old. His hair turned silver. The children grew up. They had once played under the tree. Some stayed in the village. Some moved away. The tree remained. Ellis passed away. It happened one autumn evening. The wind blew gently. It passed through the tree's leaves. That night, villagers gathered. They came under the tree. They lit candles. They shared stories. They spoke about Ellis, about the boy who had once cried here. Ava came too. She now led the art school. She placed a plaque near the tree. It was made of wood. The plaque read, "In memory of Ellis Gray, who believed in listening trees and hearts that bloom in silence." Spring returned. A girl named Mira came to Everwood. She was new. She was shy. She missed her old school. She missed her friends. She sat under the tree. She held her notebook. She whispered, "I don't know anyone here." A soft breeze blew. A blossom fell. It landed on her notebook. Mira smiled. She came back the next day, and the next. Soon, Mira had new friends. She joined the drama club. She wrote a story. It was about a tree that healed sad hearts. She entered a contest. She won. The kind tree had found a new friend, a new voice. The tree still lived on, not just in bark, not just in branches. It lived in hearts, in every person it touched. Kindness, once planted, never dies. It grows, slowly, branch by branch, heart by heart. The kind tree still stands tall, not just in Everwood, but in people's memories. It reminds us of something. Kindness doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need loud words. Sometimes it's just being there, just listening, just offering comfort. Ellis once did that. Mira now does that. The story continues. Wherever you are, near a tree, on a city street, or deep in your heart, remember this. Kindness, once rooted, never fades. It grows in silence. It grows in small acts. It grows in every caring heart. Thank you for listening to the story of the kind tree.